As I said, wasn't live.
Somebody
Oh, Vito, that was so mean.
My favorite
What's
part
up,
of the
everybody?
Andrew
My
pushed the
favorite-
button.
Andrew.
So I don't care. Let the crowd hear this. This was my favorite part of the summit, besides the awesome talks and stuff, of course, is somebody asked, Vito, is that guitar for decoration? Or when are you going to play the guitar? I go, no, that's for decoration. Oh, I'm pretty sure I saw him playing at CloudFest. I was like, no, that was Chat GPT. He was just not playing at all.
ChatGPT playing the guitar.
Yeah, it's going to happen, I think.
I don't know if you understand ChatGPT.
Stairway to Heaven, perfectly played. You know what I mean?
Alex, you're gonna have to explain ChatGPT to Ben. I think.
No, it's all over Twitter. I'm good. I got my GPT education by the tweets.
Excellent.
So I have been trying really hard to peer pressure my partner Steve, and I'm telling everyone so everyone can go peer pressure him on Twitter, into submitting a lightning talk to WordCamp US that is a song, because he plays the guitar. And we went over to ChatGPT and I was like, write a song about WordPress accessibility. And it wrote the song.
That's amazing.
Like, so Steve, you're going to submit this and you're going to go sing on stage at WordCamp US, right? And play your guitar. And he's like, what? No.
Good.
Well, then we can get Vito to play
Everyone
lead
go
guitar.
find him. He's at Steve Jones Dev and you tell him he needs to go
Why
sing.
don't you? Because, listen,
All right, Zachary, you got to do a little snippet of this and tag him.
As I'm a sponsor, I'm allowed to say is, Bertha is a WordPress plugin. Shouldn't she write the song for WordPress?
That's a good
okay. Yeah, we can go use Bertha to write the song about WordPress accessibility.
Yeah.
On WordPress. Yes. On WordPress.
Yeah.
On WordPress, yes.
Great idea, but how do I learn more about Bertha?
WordPress right now.
Yeah.
If
you can ask Bertha where you can learn more about Bertha as well.
And then it just ends up in that infinite loop back to Bertha out.
I actually got Bertha to write a story and saying increase and rewrite the chapters after the last chapters, and I got 12 chapters out of her before she went. And in conclusion,
that is incredible.
I can't.
You used it to rewrite a menu as well for one of your restaurants, didn't you?
Oh, I used it to write a new menu for the Med Kitchen restaurant that we've got, and also I thought I wanted to write a Michelin star restaurant menu.
So,
it came
wait, how many restaurants do you have? How many restaurants are we talking?
I have an interest.
Benny, he's a busboy.
Well, I was going to say, you're the first human being with a pulse that still has more than one.
Listen, we lost a couple of chefs last week, one through illness and one through just doing a flit.
Flipping burgers.
And I was cooking Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So that's.
So I want to know.
Order up. Ding.
When it became Michelin, when you said make it a Michelin star menu, does it just add foam or what?
That's the one.
like what was the difference in what it thought was the difference?
Right, a Michelin star restaurant now, and I'll tell you, and we can go back to it. Right, a Michelin.
Just make the portion smaller as well.
No. The food was
bigger
actually
plate,
Michelin menu. They don't say that. Well, maybe they do. No, I mean the Michelin star menu is like chef's choice.
Yeah, but the food was exactly the same. It just doubled in price. Like that was it.
It's the same menu, just costs more money.
What do we got? Ham roasted duck breast with blackberry sauce and sweet potato gratin. Grilled wagyu beef. You know, I could go on, but you know, it's
fancy meat.
Peanut butter jelly. Got the whole.
Go back to name dropping instead of
tomorrow. We will see tomorrow. Stephanie Hudson, Vito Peleg are always saying, Andrew knows everybody, and I proved it today. And we'll see tomorrow. Now, thank you.
Do I know what we're talking about?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Well, that's actually a good time to say that, so it says.
Wait, was that an ad?
Within a mystery. Oh, actually, well, I'll say this, and then we'll run a quick ad. But tomorrow, or every year at the end of the Web Agency Summit, the last thing that happens, as you would expect, is the after party.
Drink.
So exactly. So here is the pre-after party, what we're having right now. But tomorrow, at the end of the day, there's gonna be a massive party, and we close the DJ for the party from the community. We're gonna celebrate 20 years for WordPress tomorrow.
Nice.
What time is it, Steph?
Right now it's
No.
it's
Tomorrow.
6:10 p.m.
Yeah.
No, it's at 6 p.m. right?
6 p.m. Yeah.
Same time. It's the same time as this, right?
Yes.
So,
exactly.
so
Okay.
quite, if we're all just put it out there, the drinking after party is actually why we sponsored. Like agencies are cool, and you guys are all cool too. But the party is where it's at.
Party is where
Does that mean I'm going to get beer in the mail tomorrow, Vito? Is that what you're telling me?
It's bring your own
That's
beer.
a great question.
BYOB.
No.
Oh, it's a BYOB after party.
Yeah.
BYOB.
I
am.
I didn't read the fine.
Bring
I didn't
your
read the
own
T's
bottle.
and C's.
Guys,
And
how
so-
was your day?
So it's happening
And with that,
tomorrow.
we have
at
an
6
ad for
p.m.
alcohol.
Before we jump into the roundup, so come on in to celebrate 20 years for WordPress, platform that has shaped everyone on these panels, at least lives over the past decade or so. It'll be awesome to hang out. And we created the party mode for the platform as well. So we're gonna switch on party mode with a bunch of CSS animations and all kinds of cool stuff.
Does it have blink text? Blink. Blink is
Amber,
coming back.
Oh,
Amber,
man.
cover your ears. Cover your ears, Amber.
Vito, I don't know about this.
Ear
Are
muffle,
you
Amber.
We'll see.
are
We'll see
you
how
respecting
deep we can.
prefers reduced motion with your animations?
Yeah, it's all engaging,
all taken
but
care of.
low key. We try to walk that fine balance between.
Okay,
between
not
the
gonna
two.
give anyone seizures or make them puke,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, well, the first iterations
Almost
did
depends
give me a seizure, but
Vito, can we
toned it
Can we
down.
pay? Honest question: can we pay extra to have a seizure? How's that work? Is that sponsored platinum?
There's a specific room, yeah, the premium room.
Guys,
Oh, we have too much fun. You know that,
playing
right?
an
Like
ad.
we have too
I'm
much
playing-
fun.
we should land some craft beer sponsors next year.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
All right,
Beer.
Steph, are you taking charge of this? This room
trying.
is lively.
It's like wrangling cats.
Killing it. Stop it, Jess. She can't
It's just for
concentrate.
Stephanie. I brought it for her.
I've been waiting since last week to have some flags.
yep.
Did you notice that during my
Yeah.
panel with you with the hosting, when you put up the flags, I just completely ignored them. It's like,
And that's okay.
I disagree. It's not okay. I love those flags so much. I'm so mad I don't have them.
Andrew just
Okay.
gets distracted very easily, though. So it's like squirrel, Like
That's true,
That's why
yeah.
you had to block them out.
Guys, how was your day? Did you enjoy
busy.
it?
Very, very multitask heavy.
Agreed. That's a very good way to put
He's
it.
gonna win the prize for watching the most of the summit of anybody.
I've
Like-
watched just about every second of every session.
Every second so far. He's wearing
Till
a diaper.
Till
He can't even use the
Till was
bathroom.
slacking me during
knows
our
it.
talk, and he's like, "I love that you're freaking working right now." I go, "I am." I'm like, "I gotta work. Like it's cool. Like we're here to talk, but I gotta work." He's like, "I love it."
I finished my
Steph,
slides at
everybody in
3:30 and my
introduction
talk was at
to,
4.
Steph, giving everybody an introduction to Zachary and tell everyone what Zach does, because he's
This is-
backstage, right?
This is Zachary. He's our social media mogul on this for the summit. He does some work with Bertha. He helps with Focus WP. He's just he's a meme queen, you guys. Like it's the best. I love it so much. He's got
I get the pleasure of working very closely with Stephanie, Vito, and Andrew on a daily basis. So they're awesome.
Oh,
awesome.
Thanks,
And
man. Thanks,
super
man.
fun fact, he also works with my dad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really?
He helps
Yeah,
their
he
real
does.
estate business. Yeah, super fun.
I-
So anyway,
you could say I get
We-
around.
we love Zach.
So I actually read a solid fact. I don't read a lot, but I read this. I think it's on Twitter, so it doesn't really count as reading.
Short.
You just kind of scroll. There is now 2 real estate agents for every house that's for sale.
Wow,
That's pretty crazy, right?
Wow.
That's crazy,
that's insane.
right?
That's-
Yeah.
So we are in a much
nuts.
better industry than them.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? Yeah, you're right. There's one nerd for every like 100,000 WordPress sites. So
All
we're
we
good.
do is we help people pay their mortgages on those houses. That's what we do.
Yeah. That's right.
Okay, so Florian, the WP bug detector, he's been active in the chat all 3 days so far, which I'm thrilled about. And he's asking if party mode's going to work for mobile too, because he's going to be partying with us at the gym. He's been listening watching on mobile.
Nice.
Is he going to go for a new personal record while the party's going on? Because you got to max out, right?
You got to max out.
There's DJ. Yeah.
And so now Zachary's getting more. Look at Zach. You got to stop. Zachary's going to die. He's like the embarrassment. It's the attention. Me and Andrew are the attention whores around here. Zachary likes to just fly under the radar.
I'm a bit more of an introvert.
He's an introvert. So, did you guys, Andrew, what was your highlight of the day? Besides your steak dinner?
All the panels and the AI chat and Amber and Beth and everybody. Everything to highlight.
Okay, it doesn't have to be your only highlight, but pick something that we can specifically talk about.
Jacob telling everybody about patterns, what's now and what's in the future, making people
Gutenberg patterns.
Yeah, a little less scared of using Gutenberg. That was mind blowing, because some of the stuff he was doing is not available yet, which we managed to get out at the end of the session. And also his patience, because of the hosting panel, we made him wait 15 minutes in the green room. So, and he sped through his presentation as well. So, he's a good guy. But to be honest, this is mind-blowingly good, this thing, even though we're part of it. It's just great what's going on. But yeah, he's a little bit of a hero, this guy.
Yeah, so I missed that talk. I was getting ready for my sessions, but I'll have to go back and check out the recap on that. The replay.
So my favorite part of the day was seeing the hosting panel full of competitors sharing the same passion for customer success without stepping on toes and worrying about competitors. It really speaks volumes to our sector of the industry when we all are really friends, right? And we all care about the same thing, and that's customer success. That was cool for me to see. I love that.
Yeah, that was.
I think that is the huge strength.
Wait, what's
that?
that?
Yeah, I was just gonna say that is the huge strength of WordPress, right? The community and that we all, that's why it is the way it is, because we're all willing to help each other rise up together.
Literally so true, because when I won't say the name of the plugin because I'm not throwing shade. Nobody's perfect. Stuff happens. There was an exploit that was very far and wide recently that was a normal user path to happen to where no WAF would ever detect this. It required a custom rule. And instead of us trying to write it and just keep it to ourselves, we literally told our upstream provider, Unify 360, we're like, hey, don't know if you know this, there's this attack out there. It's going to start hitting people really bad. We're starting to see it now. And they're like, oh my gosh, let's write a rule. And they push it upstream to the whole world basically that uses their product, right? Our competitor, doesn't matter. We want WordPress to be protected, right? So it was a cool moment for us because we were able to actually find something. I think Pat Stack might have been the one that found it first. Awesome company, by the way. Yeah. But when we saw it hit and we realized what it was doing, we were able to share that from the inside to Unify. They're like, boom, rules deployed. You'll have it in a couple of minutes. And so will the rest of our customers. And I was like, that's awesome.
That's the Volvo mentality with the seatbelt, right? That's the key. His customer comes first.
100%.
Ben, you're a pretty nice guy. I don't care what Vito says about you.
I agree. I am very. No, I'm just kidding. It's interesting. I've been in the industry for 21 years, but I've never been a part of the WordPress community like this, and it's just been awesome. And it was really not in a bad way, but just because hosting at scale, I started doing that at GoDaddy when we went to that first WordCamp in Phoenix that we went to, and it was really cool to see. But it's the same goes for when Miriam came to CloudFest. She was like, "Oh my god!" She's like, right. I'm like, "Oh yeah, we're not at WordCamp anymore." It's a whole different breed of conference. It's just different, but that's what I'm used to. And it's really cool to start seeing both, not sides, like for lack of a better word, but both aspects of like this legacy / seasoned hosting industry and WordPress day and community coming together. Like that was so awesome. Like that made the whole conference for me. Like
I love it.
it was so cool, right? Like Vito, I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, this is it kind of bridges the gap between the three or the three types of events, because WordCamps has a very unique personality to it that I love, but it's more on the product side. It's less on the businessy side, you know. While CloudFest is very much on the other side of things, where you go there to run a business. You know, it's not. There's no doubt about it. And here we try to bring the two aspects of it together and bridge between the two, which actually is a good opportunity to invite everyone to CloudFest USA. If you're in the US, it's happening in a couple of weeks from now. And let's hear a message from them. 10 seconds.
Join North America's cloud computing industry leaders at CloudFest USA 2023, May 31st through June 3rd in the heart of Austin, Texas. Register now, cloudfest.com/USA/web agencies.
Okay, that was slick. I
They
like what you
had
did there. It was slick.
Oh, segues, man.
But
Yes.
fun fact, that
Who's there,
last
buddy?
time CloudFest crew was in the US was when it was still called World Hosting Days, and it was in Las Vegas. And it must have been 2015. I don't even know. It was a long time ago. It was more than 10 years ago, 100%.
They also
so
gave
it's exciting for me to see.
They gave a discount code too. On the in their is it in their booth?
Yes, if you go to
Yeah.
their booth, spin the wheel, you're gonna get really cool stuff from there coming to this. If you're in the US or in that area specifically, this is definitely a must-go event.
Agreed.
Agreed. Go and you won't regret it for sure.
I think the
fun
challenge
there.
is going
I'm
to be
super excited.
Number one, it's being held only 2 blocks away from Voodoo Donuts in Austin.
awesome.
Number
place.
2, it's culminating in a literal sausage party.
Wait, what?
Isn't that what WordPress always is?
I gotta go.
Actually, I will say, if we're comparing WordCamp and CloudFest, I will say there is definitely more women in the best way ever at a CloudFest, like women in technology is a better way to put it, than what we traditionally had at hosting conferences. Like there was very scarce. Like if you think it's bad now, like it was really bad. Like there was, and like Giuseppe and I had a long talk about this at CloudFest a month ago or whatever it was. But for me, like I'm really excited to see CloudFest come to the US. But what's challenging is it's also the same week in a sense as EU. So it's tricky.
That was my challenge because I wanted to go to CloudFest US from EU, but that would mean that I'm going from this time zone to the US time zone, getting through that challenge for a few days there, and then going back to Europe directly to WordCamp Europe, and then going through that again. So I had to make a decision. So that's why I think. But I know that next year they're gonna account for that. But this year, if you're in the US, that would be the equivalent of going to Europe. You know.
Does anyone know whether they're going to press day at USA the same as they had in Europe?
I'm almost positive they will. I've talked to the Web Pros team. Like I'm pretty certain they are. I don't want to speak for them, but they are actually heavily involved in putting on this event. They deserve a lot of credit. cPanel used to have a cPanel conference, and in 2006 was their very first one, and it's where I met a lot of my peers, and it was awesome. And they were just notorious for putting on these great conferences to bring their customers together, and
and which
actually they were a huge part of it coming back to the US.
I don't know if you're doing this on purpose, Ben, but you're just lining them up for me to do this.
It's cool. They actually just PayPal'd me for that, so we're good.
Venmo me, baby. Venmo me, or whatever. What's it called? Cash App.
Cash App. Yeah. Rest in peace. that guy.
Rest
Right?
in peace,
Sad.
indeed.
So, what do you guys think of the page builder panel?
Awesome.
Did you
I
all?
th-
guys?
I thought Vito nailed the hosting of that. That was a lot. That was really heavy stuff, and I thought you did a fantastic job of keeping that going and really directing the conversation and all that. Because that could have gone in 1,000 different directions. I mean, talk about a couple, like both of those panels, though.
Yeah.
Could have been.
I didn't get a
cage
chance to catch
matches.
the page builder one. How did it go? Was
Could have been
everybody
a
cool?
cage match, but it turned out both of them were everybody was super respectful and again, like just it was a productive conversation. I felt on both. Of those.
Steph, is it cool if I call you Steph or is it Stephanie? Which one
You can call me
which
Steph.
one you like? Steph. All right. Which one of the page builders came out the winner?
Listen, I wasn't the host of that.
We all came out the winners from this one.
All of them. I agree.
Yeah. No, it was a great discussion though. Who is typing loudly?
Probably Andrew.
Telling me I take blame. I was responding to Linda's question about whether the ads are an accessibility issue.
Oh, it is. I saw that
So,
comment. Yeah.
so the answer to that, which I can verbalize, is that yes, because they have only music and no words. So a blind person is missing out on all those ads. So all you sponsors making ads next time, have some audio that explains it. Because it's just like sound. It doesn't even say the name of the company or anything.
That's great.
That's brilliant. Like that's a.
I will mute myself and not type so loud though.
Thank
Angry.
you. It's okay.
Right,
I
Vito
got,
was
like, the
guilty of that
crazy
the other
keyboard,
day.
but-
I mean, you know, all we're hearing from Ben Gabler is bing, bing, bing. His phone just goes every 12 seconds. It's just crazy.
Hey, customers need help. I love you guys, and panels are cool, but customers come first always. Jess knows what I'm talking about.
Whatever, you know that.
Could you not
No,
be
I
so
kid you not.
likable
I know that.
Literally, Till was literally like, I love that you're freaking working right now. I'm like, I am actually working. He's like, put your phone down. I'm like, I can't. He gets like, I love it. And I'm like, I'm serious. Like, I'm actually working. Like, I'm like trying to cross-eyed, like look with one eye on the phone. I'm like texting back in Slack. I'm like, we're good. Like, you just got to keep it going. You got to do both.
It's hard to take 4 days off.
Who are you telling?
Day off. What is that? You guys have,
Well,
wait a minute.
exactly.
We have weekends? We have weekends? What's that?
No,
Come on.
I mean, I think it's interesting, right? Because I was saying that, and then it's like, I'm not really taking time off because sitting in my sponsor booth is actually working, but it feels like I'm not working. And I'm like, all these other things have to be happening too at the same time.
It's a good change up though. It's a good change of pace to kind of reset your brain a little bit. And before you know it, you're like, okay, I want to get back to normal. And I don't know, like conversations are great because you hear all these different ideas and like what ifs, or like it'd be really cool if, or like even just talking to other vendors and hearing about their days. And it's like we all, have very similar stories. We'll put it that way. That are usually shared over beers and stuff. But it's really cool because you get to kind of like, it's like a shock. You like shock your brain in a way. You're like, all right, I'm gonna go sit in my booth and talk about how awesome what I do every day is, and then you go back to doing that again, and you're like kind of refreshed, even if you're tired. I don't know. It's a very interesting psychological thing, right?
We saw that in WordCamp Asia. We were sponsoring there, and we were sponsoring there, and we flew in almost the entire team to Thailand for that event. And so before the event itself, we were training some of the dev team to do demos at the booth, right?
That's cool.
And I was telling them about the aha moment or the wow factor and how you wanna get to that and the flow of a proper demo and all of those kind of cool stuff. And I remember one of the days, and I was off doing my meeting. They were standing at the booth most of the time. And then at the end of the day, I came out and speaking to Andrew. Was Hassan, right? Hassan was telling me this, and he's like, I asked him, how was the booth? He's like, Vito, I saw the wow factor in action. I was like, oh, that's really cool. What happened? I was showing someone how to put the sticker on their own website, and two ladies that were there watching the demo, they looked at it and said, oh, wow.
That's cool. Yeah.
Oh,
That's amazing.
that's
Developers don't normally get to see that part.
Yeah.
They don't, and it's awesome. It's life changing. It really is.
yeah, he loved it. They loved it. Like it felt so connected to the product and to our
Yeah.
customers. It's really great to have that experience.
It
Hey
is, because
Alex.
at first,
Hey Alex. I wondered what your highlight was today.
Mine was actually related to Ben. I was in the networking lounge with James from Team WP and the other James from Saturday Drive. And suddenly somebody, I think Charlie was his name, comes in and he says how he comes in from outside the space. He would never have otherwise gone to a WordCamp or some event in the space. But this was online, so like joining and was relatively easy. And he got to hang out with people who are sort of running the companies in the space. And he never thought he would. So he had an issue with his like local business site. And now he connected with Ben. And apparently your team is already on it. And he's like super excited to like be working with you and stuff like that. I don't know if you met him as well, but yeah.
no, that's awesome. Like it's funny because it immediately sparked something for me. Was day one, right? When I'm just like hanging out in the virtual booth, figuring it all out. One of our agency customers stopped in, and his name's Jeff, and I was like, oh my gosh, like this is so cool. Got to like sit there, face the name, talk to him, and like it's a very interesting situation. Like we helped them with a migration to where we weren't like billing them. It's been like 4 or 5 months ongoing, and there's no problem with us, right? But being able to make that face to name was so cool. I was like, man, this is the first person that literally came to our booth, and it's a customer that we got to see because of how accessible this conference is.
Exactly. And now they intend to, they say they might participate in some of the in-person stuff and maybe come to the first.
That's amazing.
WordCamp, which
Well, that and the way, if they do or when they do, they'll realize that everybody in this space, whether it's bosses or whatever, if you've seen my profile picture, that was taken by Robbie McCulloch from Beaver Builder. He took that picture, sent it to me and said, I'm putting this up on the WordPress thing. And I said, yeah, great. I'll use that forever. That's why I made the comment of my personal photographer, But Disha, who works in the background in here, most of you would have hopefully met her. She greets people in the green room. She was at CloudFest on the stand, and I worked with her on the stand for Atarim for a little while. She saw and did it too at CloudFest. And what she means by that is that she saw the aha moment from so many people, of just, when we demoed Atarim and the benefits of it thereof. She said, wow, I get it. I really get it now. This is a crazy good thing to be able to do live demos and make people aware of what we're doing. And that's what WordCamps and what these sessions are all about as well. It's crazy good.
It's very important to understand what you're building and why, right? There's so many times that you'll see corporate America, for lack of a better description, hire developers, put them in a corner, have them build something that never sees the light of day, and they're literally just like punching a brick wall, right? And writing endless amounts of code. But when you take one of those developers and put them in a startup where they're actually involved, like one of the things that I loved about when I was at GoDaddy was Jeff King was like, the developers are doing the support. And I'm like, I don't know, they don't really know. He's like, they should. And I'm like, that's a really good point, actually. Like, all right, I'll help shield them a little bit. I'm like, but that's a really good point. Like, they should understand how the user, at least on a certain scale, like not every support ticket at GoDaddy, obviously that would be crazy, but they should see how these initial sets of customers that we're onboarding are using the product. And when they did that, it like changed everything for me as like a product guy. Even at that point, I'm like, now like everybody at Rocket has an account, right? Like everybody uses the product, everybody knows it. And it's just because like you have to know what you're building and why, because it's what fuels you to wake up every day. And if you don't know that and you're just writing code, like that's boring. Like who wants to do that? It's like it'd be like Andrew making his specialty dish that he told me about the other day. Like I would love it, and I'm sure I would, but he would love to see me love that dish, and he'll go back and make it again. And because that is what drives him versus just being on a line assembly where it's like, yeah, take your peanut butter and jelly and go. Like for him, he's providing that satisfaction with food, and it's like a creator, right? You are a creator. It's an art, and what we all do here is very much the same way. So I think it's super. Like I saw the Atarim stuff of everybody going to Thailand and meeting for the first time, and true story, Chad and Ryan Flowers, our customer success manager at Rocket, had worked together for over 6 years at A2 Hosting and never met ever. They had been working together at Rocket for a couple of months and met in person for the first time after 6 years working together. And I'm like, what? Like, and you kind of forget, like, sure, A2's huge company. I get it. You can't get everybody together, whatever. But it's just that in-person stuff, Vito, and I'm sure it changed your world. I'm sure it did.
Yes.
I
Yeah,
didn't think anybody. I didn't think anybody talked more than me and Andrew, but Ben is really gunning for the title.
Because it's
He's
important.
got the. You know what? I thought it was. I was gonna say he's got a very "I love you, man" vibe.
I do, though. I'm very friendly. I love everybody.
I
That's
enjoy
awesome.
it too. I just want to say that I got to address something that has happened in the chat. Somebody said I spun the wheels and lost them all. This cannot be true because the Focus WP booth is the only booth that has 0 losers. Everyone
Exactly.
wins a prize.
Same. I don't. There's no way to lose on Rocket either. Like, we took all that out. Like, we don't believe in losing.
Right.
Winning only.
Do you have a wheel?
Yeah.
Oh,
There's. You
some of
can't
them don't have
lose.
wheels,
Actually, the top grand prize is a one-on-one 30-minute session of me not stop talking.
Talking.
Like, I just talk. Yeah. That's
Yeah,
it.
but that's like a
I think we're
3-hour
the
session.
winner right now already.
It is. It's like a
I
3-hour.
think I need to go change
Hey,
my
it's
wheel.
branding.
I just like
branding.
left the default mostly, but I guess I need to go change it and take away all the like
Yeah. Good
losing.
luck. The interface is very fun. Beth Livingston has not said one word since we've been here. Speaking of chatty
He's
folks,
learning.
what's going on, Beth? What did you learn today? You did a great job on your talk.
Well, thank you. The reason I haven't said anything is who can get a word in edgewise?
Well, it's true. That's why I'm giving you a shot here. What was your
Okay.
highlight today?
I'm gonna
Well, I pretty much got done with my slide deck at 3:30 and my talk was at 4. So I didn't really. I
Fair
was on
enough.
vacation last
I
week.
love your style.
Her
Last week,
highlight of the day was finishing her slides on time. I have definitely given talks like that.
I was on vacation last week, and you guys in the UK will really enjoy this because I was at North Myrtle Beach at the Shag Festival.
Oh, nice.
Right.
Cheers to
It's
that.
a dance.
Yeah.
For those who don't know, it's a dance, but yeah. So
Dance. Yeah.
I just scheduled thing, and then Tuesday I was doing a workshop in my own group, so I was not prepared for either one of those things while I was on vacation. So
No. It's
Yeah,
totally
sure.
fine.
You shouldn't be. Vacation is good.
Vacation is vacation. And okay, so Jess, did you have a highlight today?
I loved popping in on other people's booths and sessions. That was super fun. I would say, honestly, it's a tie. I loved what Ben said. I agree. Being on the hosting panel and everybody just high-fiving each other was awesome. But speaking of high-fiving each other, Ben was telling everybody to go to his booth to meet Chad and to understand why everybody's talking about blaming Chad. And so I got to go to my competitor's booth, find out why, and now we have a new Patsy for everything that goes wrong at Pressable as well. So we're all gonna blame
So
Chad.
cool. That's amazing. Oh my god.
Yeah,
That is a
sorry,
normal
Chad. He's
blame
actually a really good sport about it.
He loves it. It's so funny. Like, I mean, it was just one of these things. Like, oh, I guess we'll just blame Chad because he's like the one sales guy, like person rather that we have, and it's like we'll just blame Chad. So it's like anytime something ever goes not perfectly as it should, it's like just blame Chad. And
That's
so,
how
like,
me and
today-
Vito are with Andrew.
That's me. I am Chad.
I
I am Chad.
I forget what happened today. I said something about BC, and then like somebody took it in a different joke. I'm like, no, like blame Chad or Chad Betty. It's like CB. I'm like, copy that. It was a CB problem. And they're like, oh, 10-4. I'm like, no, Chad Betty. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know. We have a good time, and yeah, that's like we have a good time. You know, you have to.
Zachary, I'm just gonna. If you don't interrupt Ben, you just don't get to talk. So I'm just.
I'm gonna mute Vito. Mute me.
You need a hand raise feature.
Right.
Why does StreamYard not have the hand raise?
That's true.
I was gonna say, is that
Hey,
not a
that's
feature?
why you have me and the other. Okay, so Zachary, you've attended every single session, almost entirely.
I
So it's
missed
a very
one
important
on
question.
Tuesday, but yeah.
Oh, you missed one on Tuesday. We'll allow it. I have an important question. Who Who's the best host?
Oh, please.
Oh no, because you're all
What's the
like
best
my
page
parents
builder?
in a way.
We're all what?
because I said you're all like my parents in a way because I work for all three of you.
And you're
Plead the
old.
fifth, dude.
We're
Plead the
trying-
fifth.
You might get fired if you call me. if
Okay,
you say I'm old enough to
Stephanie,
be your mom one more
Stephanie.
time.
I don't mind being called a parent.
Yes.
I'm old enough. It's cool.
Stephanie.
Stephanie, you win. Yeah.
What? Get out of here.
Now he's getting a raise. Somebody's getting a raise.
That's it.
Oh,
That's it.
Andrew kicked him out. Andrew kicked him out for a second. No,
You're all great hosts, though. I feel like I'm in the big leagues right now.
seriously, Zach, did you have a highlight from any of the talks? You're not a WordPress geek, but you
Yeah,
have built
well-
your own website before.
I was telling Stephanie, like, I'm not much of a website guy. Like, I'm a graphic design, social media guy. That's where my headspace is. And I've learned a lot in the past 3 days doing all these sessions. Oh yeah, I really like that GIF. I was having a bit of fun on Twitter today. But
So
all
did you
the
tell us
sessions were
something you learned?
incredible.
I know I'm putting you on the spot.
What's something I learned? The LinkedIn thing was mind blowing. I texted you about that a couple days ago.
Yeah. Imran's session.
Yeah.
Yes.
You'll like the goal session then. You'll
Imran's
like
a
her.
cool dude. I need to meet him at some point.
He's awesome. Yeah, you would really like
So
him.
how about the curveball during the event of Michelle launching WP speaker? Like
Yeah.
How cool is that?
Very
That
cool.
was awesome.
I already
Right?
registered as well, and I think it's a great initiative.
Yeah,
It will help us
same.
a lot next year.
Me too. I have
So-
everything
so
filled
cool.
in on the form except my bio. I need a new bio. I need to talk to Bertha.
Stephanie,
About
what is
that?
your favorite post from today?
My
Right.
favorite post from today. I haven't seen him, Zachary. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Oh man,
Well, I would have thought you would
he
like,
changed his mind. Vito is his favorite now.
I heard there was a Schitt's Creek one though. Those are usually my favorite.
yeah, scroll down. It's there somewhere.
He
I like
did.
that one.
He did. He's made me a video to post on the Divi chat group though, but from the page builder panel, having
Ah, so
Josh
so
Runk
many
talk about
posts.
what's coming with.
there it
It's just what
Yes.
I'm impressed about, Zach, is the speed of we're in the middle of the talks and you're posting about the talks with snippets about what we've said.
It's a
crazy.
lot of multitasking. Like because like I was telling Stephanie, like I ordered DoorDash, so I've got like a cheeseburger in one hand and my mouse in the other hand. But it's a blast. I'm having a lot of fun. I told Stephanie, like for me, this doesn't really feel like work. It's like hanging out.
Don't
Careful,
don't
she's
say
doing
that in
double the
front of
workload.
Vito. Do not say that in front of Vito.
If it's not work, it's not work. What can I say?
Oh, goodness gracious. Amber, did you get to catch any of the talks? No judgment. You were in a booth.
I saw Beth's because it was right before mine. I saw a lot more yesterday. But no, I did not today.
Vito, you want to run
unfortunately.
through the day and we can somebody wants to see the back of Ben's hat for some reason.
I know who this is.
that
I know who
I know who that
I
is.
know, I know
Yeah.
who the Facebook user is.
It's a great
Oh.
He
page.
gave me this hat.
We all
Right.
know.
Right?
Patrick,
Where's
show
the
Hello,
yourself.
Patrick.
where's
Hello,
Patrick's
Patrick.
ad from 2 years ago or last year? The
What's up?
what's up,
Oh, yeah.
Warriors, right?
What's up, WordPress warrior?
Yeah,
You should change.
amazing.
Should say instead of Facebook user.
But it-
that should say WordPress.
But
warrior.
it speaks volumes to how friendly all the hosting companies are.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I wear a hat with a competitor's logo, but not really because we're friends.
And why
I
not?
tell
Why
ya-
wouldn't you be friends? Why wouldn't you be friends? It's great.
Exactly, I agree. I couldn't agree more.
So Vito,
I'm
you
an
want to pull up
advocate.
the schedule?
Actually, I'm an advocate for GridPane. I use GridPane as well as Rocket, and I love all. I use all the hostings except Pressable. Oops,
Wow.
There should be a flag
yeah.
for that, Jess.
I didn't
Yeah.
know about
We need
Pressable.
to
I
make
didn't know.
that.
You've tried the rest, now try the best.
Yeah,
Oh man, here we go. Gloves are coming off.
I'm signing up.
Vito, we're running out of time. Let's run through and get a couple highlights. That's not going to show what happened today. Can you go to the replays?
Oh, for today. So yeah, we'll I wanted to go through what's happening tomorrow because we do have like 15 minutes. But let's start with this. Yes, what we did today. So quickly, we started with Oded from Duda, as the CCO was talking about increasing ARPU, and it turned out to be a really cool conversation about the value of putting clients first, and how that can help grow and scale the business by not just thinking about how can I build an awesome website, but how can I truly serve this person that is my client. So this was a really interesting conversation and talk here. And then we went a bit technical with Headless, with Maciek coming back here for the second year in a row. Last year we were talking about CI/CD, and then this year we're talking about Headless, WordPress, why to use this, where does this make sense, and all of those kind of things. That was an interesting conversation. After that, we have two panels back to back with all of the page builders out there, all sitting in one room. We had folks from Elemental, Divi, Beaver Builder, Visual Composer, Automatic, or Nick was representing WordPress or Gutenberg on that panel. We had Breezy, Duda, Basekit, Stackable, really from every side, every angle. This was an incredible conversation, and I wish we could have done this for like 4 hours straight. And then straight after that, we went into a panel about hosting that included quite a few of the folks that are in this room right now. We talked about how awesome this was, just to connect and share ideas between what people might consider externally competitors, but actually there's enough to go around, and working together brings a lot more value to the ecosystem as a whole than competing with each other and trying to, put sticks in each other's wheels, if you will. And then straight after that, we're talking about Gutenberg patterns with Jacob from Grade, which was an interesting conversation. If you want to get into Gutenberg or you want to catch up on what are the possibilities, you got to catch this replay. And straight after this, we went to the Queen of Care Plans. We had a conversation with Christina Romero, also a veteran at the Web Agency Summit. She has her own event, Recurrent Revenue Retreat, which is happening in Disney World later this year. Beth was a speaker there as well last year, right, Beth? Yes. So this was a really interesting conversation.
I was a sponsor.
And as a sponsor as well, brilliant. So this was an awesome conversation about the real numbers behind recurring revenue and care plans and all those kind of things. And if you want to have a bit of a benchmark as to your own business, or even try to set some goals for yourself based on the scale that you are in right now or the scale that you're aspiring to get to, this is brilliant because it's backed by data. So you want to watch this talk that brings in the numbers and the actual monetary figures as to what is how much recurrent revenue is worth to an agency. And then after that, we had a conversation with Alex about AI and SEO. Definitely a trending topic right there, and to see what is the challenges, what are the opportunities in that area, and what you need to know as an agency building websites for clients in that world. Straight after this, we went into Michelle Frouchette, who was not only a speaker this year, but also helped us tremendously with the management of our lounge area, where we have ongoing parties. Every hour there's different experts, influencers, and community members from our space that are manning or womaning the lounge to make sure that there is awesome conversations and thought-provoking conversations inside that area. So on top of that, she was also speaking about launching a podcast. She has 2 podcasts of her own that's been going for a few hundreds of episodes. So this is a great session to listen to and see if you want to start a podcast in the space or for your niche. Is that a good idea? Maybe watch what Michelle has to say. And then after that, straight after this, Beth jump straight into project management. Beth is definitely the leader of project management in our space, speaking about redefining success, how to leverage project management as your competitive edge in business. I'm a huge advocate for learning project management and acquiring those skills within your business. I always believe that that agencies first learn how to create websites, which is great, the technical side of things, but the management is where we lose the most amount of money and where there's the most amount of potential for profitability, and we don't invest enough time into that. So please do watch this talk and check out Beth's course as well. And then we wrapped up the day with Amber talking about accessibility. Amber, which is here on the session as well. How are you doing, Amber? Yes. Not only is a sponsor of the summit this year, but also a returning speaker to the event. And this year, with Amber's help and Equalize Digital's help, we were able to bring in live captions to all of the sessions, which was awesome. So thank you for that. And then we were also at the session, we were talking about growing revenue with accessibility services, how to frame that, what are the opportunities, where you can actually take this and build an additional revenue stream within your agency. I think that this is an incredible upsell that is good for the agency, but also is great for the business owner. But even more than that, is great for the web. So watch this talk. And yeah, this is what happened today. Steph, should I keep my flow and go to tomorrow?
You need to catch your breath? Like, did you?
Well, I just thought, what's happening? You Ben, what's going on? We're doing
Bend us right there. Yeah. What do we got tomorrow?
7:30 ET. We're doing this anyway, so should we just maybe have a quick run through of this?
Yeah, go for it, Andrew.
Around, but we are doing a half an hour tomorrow morning, Vito and I. At 7:30 a.m.
I will not be there at
7:30. Stephanie just cannot get out of bed before 8 o'clock in the morning. So what can I tell you?
That's cool. So yeah, 7:30 we're gonna go through with a bit more detail, but just to run through this, the first session of the day was actually just an opportunity, a last-minute opportunity. We just added this talk earlier today. And the idea was just inspired by a bunch of conversations that were had in the chat and inside the lounge. People asked us, how did you freaking build this platform? Because the whole thing is built strictly on WordPress. So Dave, who is our in-house designer, and myself are going to jump in and talk about the design side of the summit, as well as the technical side of the platform and how we created a platform which is now housing the largest event in the web agencies, or fourth year in a row, the largest event in the web agencies and the WordPress space.
Hit him with the flag, Jess.
Hey,
killing it.
Vito, can I say something?
Of course.
I want to say that I've been in a number of these virtual conferences where there are speaker booths, sponsor booths and networking lounges and all this. And a lot of times they're clunky and kludgy. And this was easy. Once I figured things out, it was very easy to navigate. And I like the bright colors. And yeah, it was just an easy. I'm impressed, I guess is what I'm trying to say, with all the stuff you guys did, for whatever that's worth. But I was
high praise indeed. High praise indeed.
Clunky
and kludgy. I'm going to use that. That's stolen.
Kludgy. I like that. Yeah. Thank you very much, Beth. And I think we have quite a few people that are here still on the chat with us. So I'd like to make a request because one thing that we don't do well enough is ask for testimonials. So if you are on this, if you're watching us right now, please write, and you experienced the summit and you enjoyed the summit, please let us know in the chat. We need a few of these awesome quotes for the upcoming year and for upcoming years. So drop a comment. How was your experience? Did you enjoy it? Something that we can then leverage in other places, and only if you are cool with us doing that, of course. So Thank you, Beth.
I think Beth Livingston just gave you a big one. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big one. We're gonna crop this out, of course.
Not kludgy and not clunky.
Yeah. Right. And then so if I go back to this one, yes, so this is gonna be the first thing. Right after that, we have an awesome panel. And I think that this is the last panel. Oh no, there's two more. There's one more after that. With the summit, and which is gonna talk about building or maximizing YouTube for agency growth. And we have essentially the top 5 influencers or YouTube influencers in the WordPress space coming in to talk about their experience building a YouTube channel and how that has helped them either grow their business or what I think we will see, at least from a couple of them, is that as the YouTube channel grew and they became more intrigued by this creator side of things and less with the client work, which allowed them to pivot to a different channel, but still grow their own business. So I'm really interested to hear from this awesome panel here. And then after that, we have Sarah joining to talk about blockchain, which is something that's been trending over the past year or so, or 2 years or so, and really is underrepresented in our space, in my opinion. Trying to understand what does Web3 mean for us? Is this a valid channel that we need to look into as agency owners at this stage? How can we leverage that? And what does that even mean?
I'm looking forward to that because I don't know what several of those words mean.
Yes, exactly. So we're going to try and bridge that gap here. And straight after that, we have Jono from Yoast.
Hey.
Jono, sorry?
Oh, no, I just said, hey, Jono.
Yes, Jono is from Yoast, is joining in. Yoast is also one of the supporters of the summit. And Jono is the head of SEO at Yoast, which means a lot because Yoast is the leading SEO solution in the world. And so listening to talk about SEO from the person that is running SEO for the largest SEO company, that is a must watch if you're doing this.
SEO.
Yeah. Can I say SEO? Can I say it 3 times in a row? And so Jono, let's talk about that.
Is he an SEOzer?
An SEOzer, yes. We decided this is what we're gonna call the profession, right? Yeah.
SEOzers?
SEOzers.
I like that.
Right, and right after this, we have Vikas from InstaWP. InstaWP has been one of the more trending solutions of the year in our space.
Cool.
Yeah. And it's awesome. I've been using this daily, and there's also an Atarim and InstaWP integration in the works. You heard it first here, guys. And we're going to talk about creating additional revenue stream by productizing designs, and we'll see how InstaWP is going into that space. But basically, the concept of it is that you can load up a WordPress instance within 2 seconds, which is really cool. So if I'm going to go to InstaWP,
I think it's literally like, isn't it like create.wp or something like that, or
WP.new
extension?
Yeah,
WP.new. That's what it is. Yeah,
WP.new. But there it is.
Really cool.
I just created an instance and I can play around. I have a sandbox completely for free, and this is awesome.
And the crazy part is that originally,
really nice person.
Yes, by an awesome person as well.
Biggest awesome, very nice person. Met him at CloudFest. Super nice guy.
Lovely.
Hold on, Alex has something to say.
Please.
Sorry.
Yep.
I feel like I interrupted now. I was just going to say it's originally the backstory of InstaWP is interesting, following on from the hosting panel, because originally it was all built on top of RunCloud using their APIs. Was how they built the MVP of their entire platform was by using RunCloud. And he was, in a way, one of the customers that Raj was talking about, which was like deploying thousands of websites, but realistically still on the $15 a month unlimited plan that they have.
Very cool. And we had Raj joining us today at the hosting panel, which you can watch the replay of in the replays section. It's going to be available here for 24 hours. If you want to access all of these awesome talks after, and if you want to do your part in supporting what we're doing here at the summit, please, I urge you to click this button and pay us $100 and access the Netflix of web agencies. We have 400 or I'm exaggerating, 200 hours of
Binge it.
of content by extremely gifted experts in every aspect of running an agency and building websites. This is a must-have. Having this resource is gonna save you years in effort, and it's just the price is so accessible. It's just unbelievable that we're doing it at this price. Maybe we should up it for next year, but now you still have the opportunity to grab it. If you click this button, which is sprinkled all around the website, look for this awesome lady that is holding the key to unlock things for life. And right after yes, right after Vikas, we have Akshat, who is joining us from WP Remote. It's a solution that I know that a few folks that are on this call here are using daily.
Blog Vault.
Yes, Blog Vault as well.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to talk about their experience rebuilding their product or sections of their product using
Which, by the
AI.
way,
Yes.
I talked to him the other day on Facebook, and he told me they made some speed improvements, and I actually used it the other day, and they really did. Like he is such a
solid. Genuinely nice guy and so smart. We use Blog Vault at Focus WP as one of our tools, and we had a call with him, and because we have so many customers, so many things that we're doing, he took time to come and spend like an hour with my partner and I and just hear some of the struggles we have in using it. Within days, he had actually like made the changes to some of our big like sticky points and things like
That's
that.
awesome.
I mean, he is like really, you can tell too, because he's in the groups. He listens when people are having trouble with his or pain points or whatever. And he like acts, and he acts fast. He's such a great guy.
I've never had a problem with Blog Vault. I don't know what the issues were.
Not like tech support issues, more like workflow issues.
Usability. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
it was for our use case. He was doing things like, bye, Jess.
Bye, Jess. Thanks for joining us.
Bye, Jess. Nice to see you. Bye.
Yeah, no, it wasn't a problem with the plugin. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like speed was the biggest thing, and they did some good work for sure.
That's awesome. So we're going to hear exactly about that tomorrow, and how they used Copilot to write a bunch of code and speed up their workflow, what they learned, what we can actually do, and where are the limitations of this technology, at least as it is nowadays. So I'm really interested in watching this session, because I can't wait to start implementing more of more AI into our workflow at Atarim. And I think that this is something that every agency, especially because agencies are mostly driven by humans in seats, which is the biggest cost of the operation. If we can systemize that and reduce the cost of that, or at least increase the capacity of the folks that we have working at our agencies, I think that this is a must in our competitive landscape. So watch this one. This is going to be brilliant. And right after that, we're going to stick with AI, and we have an AI panel that is gonna include folks from Microsoft. Fabrice is actually the person, or was leading the implementation of AI into Bing, which is kind of a big deal, if I may say so myself.
Kinda.
Yes, kind of a big deal. So I'm really excited about this panel. We have Fabrice from Microsoft. We have Itai from Duda, and they'll show us what they're doing to create content within Duda using AI. We have Andrew, our very own Andrew Palmer from Bertha AI, that is going to talk about how Bertha is doing a very similar thing, but even more than that, inside WordPress and in Chrome. You can see I have Bertha always with me on the call. What's up, Bertha?
Represent.
Represent. Let's see what she'll say. Yeah, she wants to help.
For your website or presentation.
Very cool.
And then Ben Pines, he's a cool guy too.
Yes, Ben is coming. So Ben used to work for Elementor. He used to be the face
He's
of
got
Elementor.
the best name in the world. So Gotta be your guy.
That's gotta be a good one, right? So he used to be the face of Elementor for quite a few years, head of content over there, and then he moved on to work with to become the director of content at AI21 Labs and WordTune, and he's gonna talk about what they're doing there in relations to content as well. So a lot of stuff. So Fabrizio's gonna come to this from the SEO standpoint. Itai's gonna come to this from the website creation standpoint. Andrew is gonna come to this from the productivity standpoint, and Ben is gonna come from the one, and then we're gonna
Vito. Who just put Vito on 1.2 speed?
Yeah.
What just happened?
Hold on. Actually, I just realized something.
Please.
What?
I'm gonna jump off, y'all.
Bye, Amber.
Hi, Amber.
Bye.
Amber.
See you tomorrow.
Ben, I just realized that you got the DigitalOcean CEO and founder, Ben. WP Engine co-founder, Ben. And then you've got, just the GOAT of Ben's from Rocket.net. It's crazy. It's funny. I actually put that together because you just said the name Ben. I'm like, oh, it's a great name. And then I'm like, wait, actually, there's quite a few of us.
Quite a few, yeah.
It's just a common name, people. It's all good. It's just very common.
We had another Ben
Parents
today.
were lazy,
Yeah. We had Ben from Stackable, is the CEO of Stackable, joining us on the Page Builder panel today as well. So
We might need to rename this to
good,
the Atarim
representation.
Ben Agency Summit.
The Ben Agency Summit. I like that. Right. And so running through the last 4 items here on the final day of the summit tomorrow, how to create loyal, reliable, amazing virtual contractor teams. And this is a talk that I think is going to be really interesting to hear from Natasha. Again, she's coming back to the summit for the 2nd year, not in a row. She's been with us like a couple of years ago. And this is an incredible topic.
That's going to be a good talk.
With scaling. And then we're going to stick around with, sorry, Steph?
No, I just said, oh, my pal Nicole. I love this lady. She brings such energy and positive. Like, she just exudes positive vibes. I just love Nicole.
She's been to the restaurant for Sunday lunch twice.
Oh, God.
Just to letting you know.
Did you bus her table? Were you a waiter?
I did.
Right, and then so we're going to have Nicole talking about building personal brand and how that can help you attract customers in the agency space. She's an incredible authority on that topic. There's so much.
Really
every
is.
time I listen to her talk, it's fun. But it's also extremely informative. So she's a great speaker, and I'm looking forward to this. And then right after that, we have the business of freelancing, and James from Apex Branding and Design is going to join to talk a bit on that business side. So if you don't want to scale, if you want to expand your business without putting bodies in seats, then that would be the talk that you should listen to. As we can see from the picture, he loves BS, but I think it means something else.
I think that's funny. I can't wait to ask him about that. You have a question in the chat.
Right. No, that's it, Gary. Well, I don't know if they put the replay. I don't think they put the replay from last time. That was I'm all rocked out from yesterday and preparing to rock out tomorrow at the party here. So make sure you join us tomorrow, Gary, Friday evening for the summit after party. This is gonna be with all of you, and it's gonna be right at your home. So get a drink, join the party.
We're still in public chat. Are you going to play guitar tomorrow night? Yes or
I might.
Yes.
Depends on how much we're gonna drink, Ben.
Yes or yes.
We're turning on party mode.
I think you have to. I honestly think you have to at this point. Otherwise, everybody really is going to think those are just collectibles.
Right. Well, I'm down definitely for that. Tomorrow, at the end, and as every year, we're gonna do like an awesome party. We're gonna switch on party mode at the summit. So come and join us on that. Let's wrap up this incredible event. An awesome week of celebrating together as a community, as a group of professionals, learning from each other, and aspiring for more.
I'm just going to make somebody very, very happy. Somebody that supported this this summit really, really well. Zachary, Bertha Plushie is on her way.
I know. I was about to ask you where Bertha was. Wait.
Here she is. So this one is mine. You don't want this, But
Hey,
I've
dude.
already ordered it, so when it arrives, it'll arrive at your doorstep straight from the
Wait, I
manufacturer.
get one too.
You're get one of
You get-
two. It's a very limited series. Yeah.
It'll be one of two. So for all your hard work, we really appreciate you. Thank you.
Thank you. Well,
Guys,
now
what a
speaking from-
day, what a week it's been. Thanks to all of our sponsors. Thanks to all of our speakers. Thanks to you guys for hanging out here with
thanks
us
to
for the
you
after
guys.
party.
Seriously, this has been awesome.
Oh yeah.
I want
Ben, I love you, man.
No, like for real. Like what Beth said, like I double down on that. Like what you guys have done. Like I remember waking up this morning and I saw more tweets. I'm like, no wait, Vito's already awake, but now I know it actually was Zachary. But hey, it's fine. It's just the amount of work that goes into putting this thing on. It's incredible.
It's crazy.
So much appreciated. Super happy to like Vito message me, say, hey, we're doing. I'm like, yes, like you already know we're in. But it's really cool to be a part of, and the hard work that's gone into we all joke around with Andrew, but I mean, man, killing it. Like really appreciate that. And Steph, same thing.
He's a pro.
And obviously Vito too, he's over there dreaming about playing guitar and trying to run a conference at the same time. So no, it's just been really cool. Really appreciate it. And on behalf of our entire team, like it's been awesome. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Ben. I appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
I very much appreciate it.
All right, y'all. See you tomorrow.
Yes.
See you guys.
See ya.
Have a good night, everyone.
Have a good night.